Okay, this week we're playing for the SEC West championship on our home field against the number one team in the country. And I think it's a well-deserving rank. When you look at them on offense, they're extremely talented. I believe they're the number 7 scoring offense in the country. And you look at them out on defense, they're very talented also. They're the number 1 scoring defense in the country. Defensively, a lot of very talented players. It looks to me like they pressure a little bit more than they have in the past, and I think their defensive coordinator is kind of putting his stamp on the defense a little bit more than he has in the past, and they're very aggressive. They got an outstanding punter, probably the best punter in college football. I mean, he can really flip the field, got a great leg. I've been playing a long time. The good thing for us is we're playing at home. We do have experience playing a number 1 team 2 weeks ago when we played our best game, and we're going to have to do that again. And our crowd was unbelievable last time we did this, and I expect it to be the same. Our guys are looking forward to this game. They've worked extremely hard to get to this point. 4 or 5 weeks ago, there's not a whole lot of people I don't think would have thought we'd been in this position, and that's a tribute to our players and our staff of sticking together. Our goal is to win the SEC championship. We made that clear from day one, and this is a huge game and something we're looking forward to. Questions?
Coach, you just kind of mentioned it again. There were a lot of people not expecting where you guys are right now. How much of a shift is this team playing with right now?
Yeah, I think any time that you go through a major adversity, it either makes you weaker or stronger, and we're a stronger team today than we were 5 weeks ago. And our guys played their best game 2 weeks ago when the pressure was the highest. And so the good thing for us, we have experience with that. Now this is a different team, okay, and they're very talented. They're used to winning. They won a lot, and so this is a big challenge for us. But I really like where our team's at. I like our mindset. I like our coaching staff and where they're at, and so I like where we're at.
You kind of joked on Tiger Talk last night about how you guys have been in a playoff already.
Yeah.
I felt that way for a little while.
Yeah, I think it goes back to LSU. I mean, since LSU's, we've been in the playoffs, and having to win every game. We've had that mindset, and with that, there becomes a lot of pressure, but it's healthy pressure, especially when you're able to do it, to do what you say. And we after that LSU game, we stood in this room, and we said we got to win 5 in a row. And we took it one game at a time, and we won 4. And number 5 is next Saturday. And like I said, we're going to have to play very good, and our team knows that. And so we're looking forward to it.
Gus, this game's big enough, obviously, in and of itself. But when you've got something to play for too, like an SEC West, trip to Atlanta,
Yeah.
Does it change the dynamic of the game, or it's just big?
Well, I mean, I think you got the Iron Bowl. It's big. And you add the Iron Bowl with the possibility of a SEC West championship. It feels like 2013. It feels exactly the same way. And it's a big game, and it means more. And so it feels the same way.
What do you consider the quarterback specifically about when they're preparing for their first Iron Bowl?
Well, I mean, first of all, you have to be prepared. And, there's nothing like experience. Whether it was my first time to be a coordinator in the Iron Bowl or any other position, you got to experience it. And, Jarrett's in a good spot. I mean, he knows what it's about. He knows how big a game and what's on the line and all that. I will say this, I'm glad that we have our starting quarterback healthy for this game. We hadn't been able to do that the last 2 years, and so that's a good feeling.
Can you talk about the importance of the battles on the offensive and defensive line?
Really, it's going to come down to that. I mean, it'll come down to up front, offensive line, defensive line. At the end of the day, that's what it'll come down to. Who controls the line of scrimmage? And the bigger the game, the more important that is. And obviously, this is as big as it gets.
What do you think about Minka Fitzpatrick? He does play a lot of different roles in there.
I think he's one of the best or the most talented players in all of football. He's got an ability to do just about everything you would want. He's got experience. He's very savvy. He can rush a passer. He comes off the edge. He plays the run. He dissects route combinations. He's a dominant player, and He's well earned that right to be, talked about in the best players in the country.
How have you seen Carry On sort of grow this season?
Carry on. When we recruited him, we felt like he had a chance to be a real special player. He played a lot as a true freshman and really made some big plays for us. Last year kind of battled some injuries, and he's playing with a lot of confidence. He is getting stronger as the game goes on. He's wanting the football, and, he's playing at a high level.
Defensive front, it looks like Dontavius Russell and Derek Brown are continuing to get better.
Yeah, of course, Dontavius, I think, for the last 2 years, he's been Mr. Consistency. I mean, he's really played well over a long period of time, and Derek, is flipping the switch. I mean, he's playing his best ball right now, and just really playing in the offense's backfield, using his hands better, coming off and making plays. And, obviously when you're real stout in the middle, it helps everything else, and those two guys have really set a good tone for us.
Alabama's only been down for 29 snaps this season. How important is putting them in an unfamiliar position in this game?
I think it's important to, try to put them in an unfamiliar position in a lot of areas. I mean, obviously, if you can get the lead, you just said it, 29 snaps. I mean, that's a phenomenal stat. And, every year they're gonna be in that kind of atmosphere. And you got to play your best game. And like I said, the good thing for us is we do have experience in this situation. Matter of fact, recently, and they're a different team than that other team, but still we have experience, and I think that's a good thing.
There's a matchup in the Iron Bowl about, coordinator versus coordinator of Chip versus Jeremy Pruitt.
Yeah.
Guys that have made their way up through the high school ranks. Do you find a special connection with that with your background?
Jeremy does a very good job. Like I said, it looks more like his defense than last year. We played him in the national championship game, and it was a blitz fest, and he's a lot more aggressive this year. They're blitzing a lot more, and so you got to make them pay, when they blitz, and if you don't, they'll keep doing it, and they're pretty good at it. But he's an aggressive mindset guy and does a good job. And then you look at Chip, and Chip has done an unbelievable job. We talked about our balance, and he's got us as balanced I think we've ever been. You look at SEC games and how many times we scored 40 points. I think this is the best scoring we've done since I've been 8 years at Auburn as far as scoring in SEC games. And, we've had two offenses that were two of the top 4 offenses in the history of our league. So the job that Chip's doing is outstanding. Both those coaches are very good coaches.
Having Kevin still on the staff, having coached under Nick Saban before, does that add any sort of benefit or extra dimension to your preparedness?
I think anytime experience with someone or whatever, I think it always can help in certain areas. And Kevin has experience. Greg Brown obviously has experience coaching, over there too. So you try to use all that you can, to help prepare. But every year's different, okay? Every year's different, and coaches have a way of kind of knowing when somebody was with them and what they did and what they said, and try to use that against them.
You want to talk about the defenses, obviously, in this game with both offenses, highest scoring in the SEC since 2008.
Offensively, just for them, I mean, their quarterback was the player of the year last year in the SEC. Calvin Ridley, I'm very impressed with. He's one of the better, receivers, in all of football. And they're the running backs. They got a slew of them that are very talented and got a lot of guys back. As far as us goes, I think you've seen us grow into who we are, and a new coordinator coming in and providing balance and some new ideas. And I think our quarterback, you see a quarterback that's playing better, playing very efficient, spreading the ball around. And I think you see a running back that's playing, probably as good as anybody in the country right now. Look at him.
If you lose to Alabama, is it a success?
I'm not going there. I'm not going. Wait a minute. Right now, I mean, we're playing for the SEC West. We're gearing up for that. So I don't go hypotheticals past that. I mean, this is a huge game. Probably as big a game as we had around here since 2013. And So that's what we're focused on.
Are the big games kind of like the performance of Jarrett in the big game against Georgia compared to against Clemson and LSU earlier big games? Is those kind of evidence of how much he's
You
matured?
look at the first of the year. I mean, I think everybody saw even our first game. I mean, we needed experience as a group. We have a new coordinator trying to really figure out our identity. And, somewhere along the line, game 4 or so, it started kind of clicking. And then obviously if you take away the second half, the LSU, I mean, I think we played phenomenal offense. And so I think it's just more of a experience type deal, growing, maturing, getting used to a new coordinator getting used to his players. And, what Chip's done too, I think he's done a super job of getting the ball to our players with what they do best and really playing to their strengths. And so it takes a while from a coordinator standpoint to figure out exactly the strengths of each player, because you go through practice, you get some information. But you go in games, that's when you find out for real. So what you've seen is Chip kind of build around his strengths of his players and play to their strengths. And so I think it's kind of a combination of all that got us to this point.
In that game against Georgia, your players came out and were very loose, dancing on the sideline from beginning to end. Do you want that same type of atmosphere on the sideline with your guys?
We need to be loose. I mean, we play our best when we're loose, and our coaching staff needs to be loose. I need to be loose, and I'm going to. And, I'm real proud of our team getting us to this point. They've earned that, and I want them to enjoy it.